On today's video, we're going to talk about the crypto markets, talk about some opportunities, and give a general sense of where we at in the market. So right now you got Bitcoin less than 90,000, sitting at $87,600 at the time of this video, and Ethereum slightly below $3,000. The markets have been beat down the past 6 weeks. It's not been looking good, and many people are starting to capitulate. That's a good sign. We got a fear and greed index of 15, so it was a lot worse last week. We got a little bounce the last few days. The total crypto market cap is about $3 billion. 1.75 billion of it is inside of Bitcoin. 1.75 trillion is Bitcoin. 359 billions in Ethereum, 133 billion in XRP, and then 118 billion in BNB. That's the Binance coin. These are the top dogs. So now I'm going to point out a few opportunities that I see for some altcoins. The first one up is Algorand. I love talking to y'all about this one because it is fundamentally, technically, one of the best cryptos out there on the market. But this is a reminder or new information for those who don't know. Algorand has partnered with Google for their agentic program. Algorand is now a partner for Google's new agentic payments protocol. So Algorand is in position to be in the center of transactions for AI agents, for AI developers, and all of that. So it's right in the center, and it's in a good position. And having that instant finality, being quantum secure for the future, all of those benefits is great. Cheap transactions, Algorand is on point with this one. And if we're looking at some of the global things that Algorand is doing, Algorand is working with people out in India. This is Algo Bharat, and they says, we're helping Siwa Bharat bring secure digital IDs and health records on chain to improve access to healthcare, benefits, and key services. So they're working out in India. They've been building up these partnerships for a while, and it's something that has now produced results. That's a fundamental. Another one is HisabPay. So HisabPay is a payment processor out in Afghanistan. They use the blockchain for secure payments, and now they have moved into Syria. So they'll be moving into underrepresented countries, underdeveloped countries, war-torn countries to help them with their payments, and Algorand is the blockchain that they are using. And then they just announced a partnership with MoneyGram. So when we're looking at Algorand, in the last month, Algorand is down 23.66% at the time of this video. So it has been beat down just like most of the cryptos out there. Less than 15 cents. That 16 cents level is a good level for Algorand to head back up to the upside. So we're real close, but you can see it right there cupping on the bottom. Are we 100% out the water with this downtrend? I'm not quite sure, but it looking like most of it is done. We might get a little bit, rest of the shakeout, head back up. But overall, the damage has been done. You can see it in the charts. It tried to come back up, it went right back down. So Algorand, put that on your list. To me, this is a great opportunity if you have never purchased Algorand, or if your price points that you've been buying are much higher. Algorand should be on your radar. Next up, we have Stellar Lumens. This again is one of the most loved cryptos out there. So Stellar has announced something big with US Bank. US Bank is testing custom stablecoin issuance on the Stellar network. Real infrastructure testing for regulated deposit tokens, the kind that could reshape how banks move money. So essentially, a lot of banks right now are in the process of figuring how to drop stablecoins, how to use money deposits, how to basically integrate blockchain technology into their system. You heard of the SWIFT system, but now you're hearing about blockchain technology. Stellar is already working with the US government for putting economic data on chain. Stellar is working with PayPal. Stellar is working with a whole bunch of companies for payment infrastructure, right? Payment infrastructure is the next narrative, or the new narrative, or the catalyst for the continued growth of cryptocurrency. So Stellar's in the forefront of that. Okay, and the Australian dollar surpasses $1 billion in organic transactions on the Stellar network. So they are hosting the Australian dollar on their blockchain. Okay, 3 years live, a 100% organic demand, real world use for payments, settlements, and DeFi. Stellar at the time of this video is about 25 cents, also down 23% this month, just like Algorand, right? So layer 1 blockchains are on sale. Layer 1 is the infrastructure layer. The Stellar XLM token is the gas fee. It is the network token. It is what powers this blockchain. So this one should definitely be on your radar. Again, if you never purchased it, or if you had a higher price like at 40, 50 cents, you could average down into this one. This is, I believe, one of the best tokens, number 16 on the list. It can easily be in the top 10 with another few announcements or just development by one of these big banks or whatnot. It is sitting at $8.2 billion market cap. And again, the bull market continues. This downtrend is over. Stellar is one of those coins that could do something crazy in terms of market caps, in terms of Xing its price. And the final token I want to talk to y'all about is ONDO Finance. This one's at the forefront of real world assets. That is tokenizing money, tokenizing bonds, tokenizing stocks, tokenizing real estate. ONDO is doing that. So here it is. Google is making moves on chain included, right? Because Google stock hit an all-time high. It's just about a $4 trillion company, if it's not already. So 500,000 buy of Google just executed on the BNB chain, and this is via ONDO. So it's a mega mover alert. Someone bought $500,000 of this tokenized asset. ONDO says nearly 70 trillion sits in U.S. equities. Tokenization opens it to the world. So people outside the U.S. can buy tokenized stocks. They don't need a ONDO or a Robinhood or TD Ameritrade or anything like that. They can get it straight on the blockchain. The names everyone wants to own, the Magnificent Seven. That's Apple, that's Microsoft, that's Nvidia, that's Google, that's Meta, that's Tesla, that's Broadcom. The fastest growing real world assets on Ethereum are the Magnificent Seven stocks tokenized by ONDO Finance. And just like the other ones, ONDO's a little bit more beat down, but 34% discount right now. And again, it looks like everything is bottoming out. Once these levels get past here, I think we headed back up to the upside. So that could happen at any time. We are in Q4, and usually it's bullish, but we got some geopolitical stuff happening right now. However, 50 cent ONDO is looking good to me. Again, if you're new and haven't purchased ONDO yet, these are great prices to get in. And what else is cool about ONDO? Again, number 47, $1.5 billion market cap, but the ONDO US dollar yield, that is basically a US treasury that you can use as an international investor. That's like buying a treasury bond, but you can do it on the blockchain via ONDO, especially if you outside of the United States. Again, that's what I got for y'all. Crypto has been beat up the last 6 weeks. However, it looks like a bottom may be in. We might get some sideways action, and then eventually back to the upside if everything geopolitically and economically goes well, which I think it is. The U.S. is starting to look a little better right now. But here we go. This is what we got. Y'all let me know what you think about Algorand, what you think about Stellar Lumens, what you think about ONDO Finance, and definitely let me know if you're buying something.